Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. With you, Mr. Muhammad Subh from Agiyad Language School. Today we will talk about lesson 3, the place value shuffle. Let's start. The first rule in this lesson: if a whole number or a decimal is multiplied by 10, then each digit from this number move to the left one spot on the place value chart, and the value of each digit increase 10 times. Look at this example. Record 724 in place value chart. After that, multiply it by 10. Now, you take 7 in 100, you put 7 in 100, and 2 in tens, and 4 in ones. Now, if you multiply it by 10, you must move the decimal point or move to the left one spot. You must move each digit from this number, move it to the left one spot. So start to move 7 to the left one spot. It will be in thousand place, and the 2 in tens now go to the left, will be in 100, and 4 in ones go to the left, it will be in what? In tens. Now, what is the value under ones? It will be 0. So what is the resulting number or the result number? The result number now is 7,240. So if you multiply 724 by 10, the result will be, or the product will be 7,240. Just only add 1 0. Or by this rule, you move each digit from the number one spot to the left on place value chart. You have another rule to multiply a decimal. To multiply a decimal by 10 or 100 or 1000. The rule says that if you multiply a decimal by 10 or 100 or 1000, we move the decimal point to the right. We move the decimal point to the right. Now listen to me. How can you move the decimal point to the right in this example? I will start 71 multiplied by 10. You just only, there is no decimal point here. How can you move it to the right? So you consider the decimal point here at the ones place. So if you move the decimal point to the right, so you have a 0 here and move it to the right. So the answer, it will be 710 if you obey this rule. Now, the next example, by the same way, I say to you, move the decimal point to the right one decimal place because you multiply by 10. So go to the right one decimal place. So the answer, it will be 71.000. So you can say that the answer, it will be 71 only. Now, the next example, multiply by 100. So if you multiply by 100, you must move the decimal point to the right. How many decimal place? 2 decimal place, because, or 2 decimal places, because 100 contains 2 zeros. So you must move it to decimal places. 1, 2. So the answer, it will be 3,000 or 3,464. 3,464. Here in this example, multiply by 10, so the decimal point move to the right. How many decimal place? Only one decimal place. So it will be 100 163.9 or under 9 tenths. 163.9 is the first rule of multiplying by 10 or 100 or 1000. Now, if a whole number or a decimal is dividing, now I want to divide it by 10 or 100 or 1000. On place value chart, this rule says that if a whole number or a decimal dividing by 10, then each digit from this number move to the right. Move to the right one spot on the place value chart, and the value of each digit decreases 10 times. Look with me in this example to understand this rule. Now record 617 in the place value chart, so it will be 6 in 100 and 1 in tenths and 7 in ones. Now you divided by 10, so that each digit from the number move to the right one spot. So the 6 will be in tenths place, and 1 will be in ones place, and 7 will be in tenth place because it's move one spot, will be in tenths place. So the result of this operation, it will be 61.7. 61.7. Now look to this example and go to the next rule. This rule says that if you divided or to divided a decimal by 10 or 100 or 1000, we move the decimal point to the left. So in this rule say that in dividing we move the decimal point to the left, but if you move the digit moves to the right. Now look with me, the decimal point move to the left. How can the decimal point move to the left in these examples? 69 divided by 10. I say 69 divided by 10. You have a decimal point here, and if you have a decimal point, the divided decimal point, there is no decimal point, you put the decimal point in the ones place, and the divided by 10, move the decimal point to the left one decimal place here. So the answer, it will be 6.9. 6.9. Now the second example, you have 314.1 divided by 100. In this example, divided by 100, the decimal point moved to the left 2 decimal places because it's divided by 100. So the answer, it will be 3.141. So look with me, 3.141. This answer is dividing by 1000, so the decimal point will move to the left 3 decimal places. Now listen to me, how can you move it to the left 3 decimal places? At the one place there is no number, so you can put zeros. So you have 2 and 3, so you have now 3 decimal places. The answer, it will be 0.000. You have 3 zeros now. After that, 2 4. Now 2400 divided by 1000, so the answer, there is no decimal point to move it, so you put it at the ones place and move it to the left 3 decimal places, 1 2 and 3. So the answer, it will be 2.400, or you can say that 2.4 only without these zeros. Okay, and thank you for all, bye bye.